Hi everyone, it's Deb from Deb's RV Services and welcome to today's video. I have another inspection for you on a 2024 Brinkley fifth wheel. This is a model G3500 toy hauler. So go ahead and watch the video and I'll see you at the end. Today I am inspecting a new 2024 Brinkley G3500 toy hauler. And this has a gross vehicle weight rating of 22,000 pounds and 11 feet of garage space for the toy hauler. It has 4 awnings and 3 slides and a triple axle. What a great looking fifth wheel. I had the tech go ahead and bring down the door for me so that I could record it. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to kind of take some pictures and look around and make sure that the gate all connects like it's supposed to. This is a great area for you to keep your pet or just to have a little patio area. And then I work the doors and I just make sure that everything's connected correctly and the doors shut and open like they're supposed to. So I'm starting out my inspection by inspecting the front cap area, and then I'm going to go into the cargo area, which you have a top and a bottom cargo area. And wait till you see this top one. There is so much space and you have a really durable floor in there so it can handle a lot of things. Really good lighting. You can see all the controls. You also have the disconnect switches for your battery, and then you have one for your solar. Really nice cargo. The lower area has a generator in there and it works on propane and gas, which is very unique. And then you have your lithium battery system, your hydraulic fluid tank. You have a 3000 watt inverter and a 50 amp MPPT controller. I am testing the emergency brake and to make sure it has amps, and it worked like it was supposed to. It had good amps on it. Now I'm finishing out some of my other inspection, just looking along the seals of the underbelly of the front cap. Here I'm at the control panel and I'm attempting to run the slides out and they would not turn on. I couldn't get them to work. So I ended up talking to a technician, and as it turns out, there was not enough hydraulic fluid in the container. So once he got the hydraulic fluid to come back into the tank, we went ahead and I was able to run the slides. So I was running in the bedroom slide, and something you can't really see from the outside, but I did have a problem with a couple of the slides. They were not, like the bedroom slide and the living room slide both did not work like they were supposed to. You can see with this bedroom slide, right along at the end of this, there's a slight variance in how the right side lags a little bit more than the left side. So I'm just going to interrupt here and just kind of talk about the slide issue. So in the beginning, I couldn't get the slides to work and we found out there wasn't enough hydraulic fluid. It was all used up for the leveling jack. So the tech had to put some fluid into the back into the container, and then we were able to get the slides to come out. There was an issue with the main slide on the Curbside that the actual my client actually pointed out and asked me about it. He had already seen it and wanted me to look at it. Basically what it was is there's seals on both sides of the trim pieces and like on the inside. So when you're inside of the RV, you can kind of take your hand and run it down the side and you can feel how the seal is against the wall. And on one side of it, it was a nice good seal, but on the other side, there was a little bit of a gap. So there was like an alignment issue that I had pointed out to the dealership, and they were aware and they were going to repair that. I don't have a video of that, so I wasn't able to show you, so I'm sorry about that. Then there was the secondary issue where the other slide that I pointed out in the video already, that kind of when it came in and when it came out, there was a slight delay on one side, so it was probably a motor issue, but the dealership was aware and they were going to repair it. But those are the things that you want to find during your inspection. Those are the areas, because later on, after you take it off the lot, it's going to take you, it could take you months to get back in there to have that warranty item fixed. So it's good to have that inspection and have those things repaired right on the spot. So back to the video. So right here, I am inspecting the exterior portion of the curbside sidewall, and then I'm checking out all of the cargo areas, the propane tank in there. I'm looking in this one here, and there's an extra space here where there's a drawer that pulls out, which I think is really cool. Lots of space, and I make sure that the door functions properly. As I look inside, I'm looking around at the cargo area again. I'm looking up, I'm looking around, I'm looking at all the controls here. I'm testing them out and making sure that they work. Then there is another part of the cargo area that you can extend so that you can make it an even bigger space. And so what I end up doing here is I lift this panel up so that I can show that it can create that space, and I just make sure that it holds up in the bracket correctly. Now I am testing out the shower and making sure that it works. There's a shower on both sides. I do test both of them out. And then I'm also gonna test these lights out. They're lights for the awning. So there's 4 lights in total. And then there's those front lights as well. So I make sure that they all work. I'm doing the propane leak test too, and it passed with flying colors. Here I'm testing the telescoping handle here to make sure that it goes up and down correctly. I look at all the fixtures for the door, and I am lifting up the stairs to make sure that it locks in correctly for travel. I also just look at the locking mechanisms. I test that everything locks like it should. And then, oh, this is really neat. This is another little freezer fridge that you can store stuff in, and I take the temperature of that. I like that addition in Brinkley. So I'm testing out the awnings. I make sure that they extract and retract. There were 4 awnings in total for me to look at. So in this video, I'm showing you the first awning and then the toy hauler awning. Here I am looking underneath the slide and just making sure that everything looks okay there, noting it in my companion device. And then I'm also going to look at the back door there. I'm going to open it up and make sure that the locks work. And then I'm also going to make sure that the stairs work and fold up for travel, just like the other door. Now I am looking at this really cool feature. It's a retractable extension cord. And so I make sure that that works. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the tires. So there are lots of things I do with tires, and I look at the pressure and everything, and then write down everything in my device and list all the numbers and codes, DOT codes. I'm also looking behind them, and I'm looking at these wires here that are for the electric brakes, and they're all nice and snug here. But if you look at the other 2 axles, those tires there, their wires are hanging down loose. And I don't like that, so I note that in my report that I want them to go ahead and button those up. Now I'm going forward with the street side sidewall, and I'm doing my inspection on that side, going through everything. There is a really cool air pressure in that cargo area that you can use, and there's a gas tank in there too for the generator. So I'm getting all my pictures and doing my inspection and looking at the tankless water heater that's there. And then that other cargo area has all the water connections, and I'm running those in the city water connection. So then I'm also looking at the sewer, and I don't have a sewer available, but I try to open it and close it. This model of Brinkley comes with a telescoping ladder that you connect right to the sidewall. So I go ahead and I climb up the ladder, and I'm going to inspect the roof. I'm looking at the solar panels with all the connections, making sure that they're proper. And I'm looking at all the sealant, making sure there's no holes or cracks. I'm looking at the air conditioner shroud. I'm looking at all the vent covers, looking for cracks or holes in either the cover or the sealant. I'm looking at the slide out rooftop, and I'm taking a look from top to bottom, looking at all the seals and sweeps on the slide out. So when I just make my way along the whole roof, inspecting all of it. Now I have to make my way down. The scariest part. Now the interior is so nice. Look at the nice couch it has. Instead of having a couch and two chairs, it has one long couch with both reclining chairs. And look at that stitching on there. It's nice. Now this is the toy hauler room where you have all the space in here. There is a bathroom in here. You'll see a little bit of it later. But then you have the regular living space with the TV and the fireplace in there. And then there's the kitchen area. You have all your appliances, nice island. And then we walk into up the stairs to the bathroom and bedroom area where you have the nice shower with all the shower heads. And then a nice king size bed. And I think these owners wanted to change out to a queen size, if I remember correctly. I'm looking at the interior now and just testing out the windows, making sure that they work correctly. I have turned on the generator, and now what I'm doing is I'm putting it on a load. So I'm going to turn on the microwave. I'm also turning on the air conditioner and just testing it and walking over to the control panel. I'm making sure that there's proper voltage. So you can see there's 14.4 volts, so it's working good. Now I'm testing out the TV and the fireplace. I try to run all the settings. I will try it manually on the device itself if there is an on and off switch. And then I'll also use the remote control if there is one working. So that's all part of my inspection process. This TV didn't have an on and off button, so I was just able to use the remote. I'm testing out the rest of the kitchen, taking a look at everything, doing my full inspection. You have a nice long counter area that you can extend for cooking or prepping, and you can also use chairs that you'll see later. There's stools that you can set right outside of that to use as your dining area. Now I'm opening up this wonderful pantry area and taking a look inside. And it looks really nice, but then I discovered there's kind of a loose board there. So I thought it was just off at the hook. But then when I looked back there, I noticed the hook was actually pressed in so it wouldn't stabilize. So I wrote that up in my report. This drawer has a cutting board, and I think that's really a nice feature. You can just pull it out and use it, and then you can put it back in its location. So I like that about Brinkley. It comes with a lot of nice little features. You have also a trash drawer with a recyclable bin as well. That's in this drawer here. And then the other one has the paper towel holder, and you can pull that out and then you can store it. So everything you can store away when you're traveling, which is nice. Now I'm looking at the stove. I'm making sure that all the burners light. And then I'm also going to check out this nice little spice rack here and take some pictures. And then I'm also going to open up the oven and do the same. And I'm going to take pictures and I'm going to light the oven and make sure that it does work correctly. Now I am testing out the sink, making sure that the faucet works and that it does get hot water. So I use my tester cup with a thermometer and I'm making sure that it's getting proper temp. And I test out the cold water, the hot water, I fill the sink, and then I also check below. Now look at this. This is a really nice feature of Brinkley. It's a knife holder. So it's got a magnet in there. And then on the other side, you have a utensil drawer. I love those features about Brinkley. I love that they added that to their model. And then I'm checking out all the different cupboards and taking my pictures and inspecting. I'm just looking at the electrical area and making sure that all the wires are secure and that also like not only the wires, but the circuits and the fuses look good. So they all look good. And now it's time for the refrigerator. I'm testing out the refrigerator, looking at the temperature of the refrigerator and freezer. So I'm in the back toy hauler area and I'm looking at there's a bed up above And then there's this couch area. Now I'm testing the door and make sure that that closes. But then ultimately what I'm doing is I'm going to take that couch area, the seating area, and I'm going to fold that out into a bed. And then I'm making sure that it raises up and it attaches to the other bed up on top. And then you can have them together and they both lower and raise together. But that's how you connect it and get it out of the way so that you can use that area. I don't have a video of it, so I apologize for that. But anyway, I test out the bed. I lay on it to see if it's all cozy and comfortable. And it was. So this is looking from the other view inside the toy hauler. See the bathroom there? So it's a nice bathroom. You have a toilet and a sink. And so I'm just testing out the windows and, you know, the shades. And then I'm going in the bathroom. I run all the same tests in the bathroom. And I'm looking at the water, making sure that there's no leaking under the sink. I'm testing out the toilet and making sure there's no leaking around the toilet as well. Now I'm in the other bathroom and I'm doing all my tests in there and running the shower, running the sink, running the toilet, making sure that everything works and there's no leaks. Nice shower these Brinkleys have. If you haven't seen my other video on the Brinkley, I have another video that you can look at for one of the other models, a Model Z. And then, yeah, there's a pantry area in the bathroom, which is really nice. I love these pull-out pantries. Now, this is my GFCI test. So now I'm in the bedroom here and I'm just testing out the TV, and I'm going to go through all the areas in the bedroom and test out the emergency window, making sure that that pops open. This is really cool. See how that slides right out? That's part of the bedroom furniture. I just love that, and it's another storage area in there. And then I'm looking at all the drawers too. And then this is a nice laundry basket that you have tucked up there. And then when I open this up, I discover, oh, there are the chairs. So those are the stools that you use in the kitchen. So I'm just getting all my pictures. And then I'm looking in the closet, making sure that everything looks good in there, turning on the lights. And I checked the outlets too for polarity. So what did you think of today's video? I thought it was a great inspection. There were still issues, you know, the slides and you know, the wires and everything. Those were really good finds because you want those things taken care of right away. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please comment below. Let me know what you think of these videos. I appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.